Welcome to Weight Loss and Wellness for Real, the podcast where people like you get the practical solutions and support you need to permanently lose the physical and mental weight so you can feel better and live the life you want in the body and mind you want. If you're looking to overcome your stress eating, overeating, binging behaviors, and move to a place of freedom with food and your body, you're in the right place. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I hope you are all doing well. I hope you also were able to hear in the beginning there some information on the new online courses that I'm offering. This is a great time of year, the month of February, to really, do something like that. Take an online course to really end your overeating, your binging behavior, or if you're wanting, the other one I have going is one on how, if you want to stop your weight loss drug, how to maintain the weight loss. I just always think of February as a really good time to do that because the month of January, we're kind of gung-ho. We're really bought into our new lifestyles, changes that we want to make. We're feeling pretty motivated. But often, and the research says this, by mid-February, most of us are having a hard time maintaining those changes. I also always think of February as sort of this, I had wrote a newsletter, if any of you are signed up to get my free newsletter. I had wrote a newsletter in January about honoring darkness and just how this time of year is a great time to go inward. And so I think about taking online courses and just really working on that behavior change, getting that support can be so important to really create the changes we want to change. Okay, so let's move on to what we're talking about today. And I really, again, I was thinking about this time of year, everyone kind of setting their New Year's resolutions. And by this time of year, a lot of them have fallen to the wayside. So I wanted to talk about creating behavior change through inspired action versus action driven by punishment or consequences. Really within the context of what we talk about here most often on this podcast, the context of dieting, overcoming overeating, but really in general, in the pursuit of maybe, I guess we could call it transformative lifestyle changes. So, I really want to start off by just debunking a very pervasive myth. And I hear it all the time for clients. And this was my mindset for so many years. And it's the belief that punishing ourselves serves as a powerful motivator for change. I can't tell you the number of times I have coached clients into using compassionate language with themselves, trying to rebuild that relationship, that kind, caring, compassionate relationship with themselves in order to create behavior change. And there is so much resistance with that. And I get it. I was there too, because we believe that unless we are harsh with ourselves, hard on ourselves, punish ourselves, we're not going to make those changes. But the reality is so opposite. Approaching behavior change with self-criticism and harsh judgments, which that's punishing ourselves, often leads to more setbacks than progress. In fact, almost always, and I'm just going to say always it does, because we might have some short-term gains where, I would do this all the time. I'd really kind of punish myself in my self-critical thinking. I'd be super harsh on myself, really believing that that's what was going to get me to not binge the next day or not overeat the next day. And I also did, and you maybe do things like this too, I did it in my behaviors as well by restriction or over-exercising. So I'd restrict food the next day, I'd over-exercise the next day, which is all, by the way, punishment, right? We are not nourishing the body or taking care of ourselves when we're doing those things. And so I would do those things and I could get some short-term results, like maybe in a pound gone, half a pound gone. I might feel kind of good about myself, for being able to be so strict with myself. But inevitably, it always backfires. Always, 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 always. Hi, everyone. Guess what? I have a lovely discount code just for you, my listeners. The code is 10 off. That's 10OFF, and it will get you 10% off any one of my online courses, which now include Mastering Mindful Eating, Overcome Binge Eating, Overeating, and Emotional Eating for Good. And I also have a course on When You Want to Stop the Weight Loss Medication, a comprehensive guide to weight maintenance and mastery. So if you've maybe lost some weight using a medication and you're now wanting to go off the medication but keep the weight off, this is the course for you. And any course you buy, you keep the course for a minimum of 3 years, maybe longer. It just depends on how many are purchased. All courses are self-paced, and I promise you they are practical, meaning they don't just tell you what you need to do. You actually engage in the skills and strategies needed to make actual lasting behavior change. You learn how to do the what. Okay, all courses have multiple modules with multiple lessons. All include lots of examples, tips, and tricks to make things simple and clear. And you also get lots of downloadable resources, including the daily planning template that I use with my own clients, the exact protocol to use after a binge or an overeat has occurred to minimize its damage on your body and your mind. There are protein cheat sheets, research-based journaling prompts, and the literal how-to checklists on the skill you are learning about. And with the weight maintenance course, you also have a movement module that will help you figure out how to make a movement plan that fits your particular lifestyle and level of fitness. And you also have a natural appetite regulation module. So whether if you have never tried an online course to change behavior, or if you have, I just highly would recommend that you try one of these. I've put my heart and soul into both of them. They are all research-based, and now you can get 10% off. So again, that code is 10OFF. If you're ready to make changes that last, you can go to my website, heatherheynen.com. Heynen is spelled Heynen. And from the main menu, click courses, and it will get you to where you want to go. Or you can click on the links in the episode description below the show. And again, as soon as you're there, when you're ready for checkout, just enter the code 10OFF, 10 off. And just a reminder, I also have an ebook cookbook that is now available. It's called Protein Forward Easy Recipes. It includes all high protein recipes, including breakfasts and sweet treats full of protein and lunches and dinner. Okay, so again, head to my website. It's probably the easiest thing to do, heatherheynen.com. Heynen is spelled Heynen. And from there, go to courses or the cookbook. And again, use code 10 off at checkout. Okay, so consider this. How many times have you set strict rules, punishing yourself for slipping up on your diet or missing a workout? So we really want to unravel the negative impact of these punitive measures that so many of us put on ourselves. So I want you to think about a more uplifting perspective, inspired action. And it's about tapping into that internal well of motivation, of momentum, setting goals that resonate with our core values, our identity, and finding joy in the journey of change. So imagine waking up every morning feeling genuinely excited about the positive steps you're taking towards a healthier, happier life. And that's the potential of inspired action. Okay, so you want to think about a really crucial component of your own journey. And that, like I mentioned before, is self-compassion. It really is, I think of it as that gentle guiding force that really nurtures growth, right? Embracing self-compassion is like offering a helping hand to yourself in times of struggle, fostering understanding instead of self-condemnation. This is not about excusing unhealthy habits, but about creating a space for positive transformation through kindness and encouragement with ourselves. So to make these concepts tangible, let's explore a couple of examples. So picture someone battling with dieting, yo-yo dieting, overeating, and now envision the stark contrast in outcomes when they approach change with a mindset of punishment versus one fueled by inspired action, right? So someone who is using punishment is going to constantly be in that self-criticism stage, that self-critical stage, the negative self-talk, right? And so remember, our thinking patterns are going to create our feelings. So they're going to be operating, they're going to be trying to behave from feelings of defeat and feeling like they're not good enough. And, none of those feelings are energetic in nature. They take energy away. So eventually, this person is not going to have enough energy to white knuckle through the behaviors that they're trying to do because of the feelings they're experiencing, because of the thoughts they're having that they're telling themselves. Now, if they're coming from inspired action, right? If they're feeling inspired, it's because they are thinking in compassionate, kind, curious ways about their behavior. They're problem solving. They're looking for solutions. It's a whole different way to create behavior change. And that type of thinking leads to feelings that are energetic based, right? We're feeling more hopeful. We're feeling curious. We're feeling willing. All those feelings I always talk about that we really want in order for lasting behavior change. So that person, when they are coming from inspired action, they really are generating more energetic feelings, which means they are generating more energy in general, which means they are going to be more willing, motivated, in momentum to continue on with the behavior changes that they really want to be making. So maybe you can relate to a moment when self-criticism sort of derailed your progress, or maybe on the flip side, you can think of a time when more positive motivation led to a breakthrough for you. And just thinking about those personal stories can really illuminate the transformative power of our mindset. Our mindset really does matter, and it is what creates our relationship with ourselves. And a healthy relationship with ourselves really is what creates our ability to live in a different lifestyle, to create behavior changes to the behaviors we want to be having. Okay, so let's give you a couple actionable strategies. Cultivating self-compassion, integrating like mindfulness practices, infusing your journey with gratitude. Those sort of things can really significantly impact your mindset. So cultivating self-compassion, practicing a different type of self-talk with yourself where you get curious, you get compassionate, you get kind. That is a practice. It's a skill that we build. So practicing that. Integrating a mindfulness practice. I talk about mindfulness a lot. All my online courses include a section on mindfulness because we have so much research and science backing up the power of it. So integrating a mindfulness practice daily can really, really help start to shift that mindset. And then infusing your if it's weight loss that you're going for, or if you're literally just trying to live a healthier lifestyle. So infusing that behavior change journey with gratitude. So doing a gratitude practice every day. Maybe it's every morning, you list 5 things you're grateful for. Just that small little practice can significantly impact your mindset. It really creates the foundation for sustainable behavior change. And remember, those of you listening, you've been my longtime listeners, or any of you who are new, the main theme that you will find in so many episodes, if you go back and listen to all the old ones, our goal is behavior change, but not just behavior change. It is sustainable behavior change. It is lasting behavioral change. We don't want to have to go through making all these changes again. Okay, so always just remember, this is a journey, not a destination. We are always growing. We are always improving. Small, consistent steps fueled by inspiration and compassion are what lead to lasting change. So as you kind of maybe this week think of navigating the path of personal growth, let go of the punishing mindset. Instead, inspire a future for yourself filled with healthier habits and a kinder relationship with yourself. I hope you found something valuable in today's episode. And if so, would you do me a favor and please rate the podcast? And if you're listening from a platform where you can write a review, as long as it's a nice review, that would be awesome and amazing. Those things are what really help the algorithms within the podcasting world really push this podcast into a place where more people can find it, more people can see it. And that really is what helps me keep this podcast going. And if you really, really, really are inspired by this podcast, the episodes that I put out there, you find some value in it, please consider becoming a Patreon of the podcast. You can do that for as little as 99 cents a month. And there's a link at the bottom of the description of the podcast episode you are listening to. You just click on, and it's really easy from there. Okay, until next time, we will talk soon. Did you know you can find a lot more help from me on my website? Go to heatherheynen.com. Heynen is spelled Heynen, and get in touch with questions on all things I offer, like online courses for overeating, weight loss, goal attainment, and also my coaching and counseling services. Just a reminder that this podcast represents my own opinions. The content here should not be taken as medical advice. The content here is for educational and informational purposes only. Please consult your doctor or healthcare professional for any individual medical questions you may have.